Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for another devotional. Today we're going to be in John chapter 6. I'm going to read verses 60 all the way down to the end of the chapter, verse 71. It reads, "When many of his disciples heard this, they said, 'This is a hard saying. Who can listen to it?'" So we discover that not only the Jews have a problem with it, his disciples do, but Jesus, knowing in himself that his disciples were grumbling about this, said to them, "Do you take offense at this? Then what if you were to see the Son of Man ascending to where he was before?" In other words, he came down, he has the power to go back up. It is the Spirit who gives life. The flesh is no help at all. The words that I have spoken to you are spirit and life. But there are some of you who do not believe. For Jesus knew from the beginning who those were who did not believe and who it was who would betray him. Very interesting dialogue there. He then said, "This is why I told you that no one can come to me unless it is granted him by the Father." After this, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. So Jesus said to the 12, "Do you want to go away as well?" Simon Peter answered him, "Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life, and we have believed and have come to know that you are the Holy One of God." Jesus answered them, "Did I not choose you, the 12? And yet one of you is the devil." He spoke of Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, for he was one of the 12 who was going to betray him. So last time we saw that the Jews were all worked up about the teachings of Jesus. They found his teachings too challenging to consume. But here we learn some disciples who also had some apparent, I would say, issues with this teaching that were present as well. They liked the idea of him being king as long as he gave them what they wanted, which was more food and miracles. But given what they just heard, they're not too sure anymore. Some will actually walk away, and we discover that Jesus knows exactly who's going to do this. He knows who believes and who does not believe. And this is what makes him a perfect judge. But while Jesus knows this, he's still graciously teaching to all of them. He even allows Judas to travel with him, knowing full well that he does not believe. Now, the combination of all these things, I think, is very unsettling. It leads us to all kinds of profound questions that I have that I want to ask one day when I get to heaven. But we will not have answers to some of these on this side of eternity. And yet, as I was thinking about it, we all encounter moments that test the limits of our faith and our belief in Jesus, don't we? I mean, and in that confusion and chaos and complexity of those moments, we're given a choice. Either we let belief in Jesus consume our unbelief and we take another step following him, or we turn back and no longer walk with him. So today, if you're at a crossroads, let your belief in Jesus consume your unbelief. Just take another step and another and another. I love you, fellas. If you're at that crossroads today, let me pray for you. Just let me know your prayer requests in the comments below, and I'll see you right back here again.